What's up, Juventini? We are not just eyeing up Jonathan David from Lille. Apparently, another player has caught the attention of Giuntoli and Malta. We will take a look at that. Keenan Yildiz, his market value has been revealed. Where does he stand amongst U21s? Then, life at Juventus has hit our newcomers much, much differently, all right? You've got October's MVP with the words we've all been waiting to hear, all the way to Douglas Luiz, where life has been anything but positive to start so far in Turin. And today takes yet another turn, and it has fans throwing out that word, flop. Is it too early? We're going to look at all of that as Malta gives us his status update going into the Derby della Mole tomorrow. And we're going to look at the rest of his press conference. I'm Berto. This is the AJC, your channel dedicated to Juventus. It's November 8th. Let's rock with the news. And we're going to kick things off with Lille and another target to add to our list. And that is 17-year-old midfielder Ayoub Bouhaddi, all right, who apparently impressed Malta in the match between Lille and Juventus in Champions League earlier this week. And Giuntoli has eyes on him as well, and he is valued at 18 million euros, all right? So whether or not we strike will be determined, but put this name in your back pocket as yet another potential target for Juventus. Keenan Yildiz, well, we had a lot of questions around him receiving the number 10, how it was going to affect him, how much of an impact was he going to have on the club this season. I personally have been very, very happy with Keenan Yildiz. Today we get his market value, all right, and it is thrown out there. First off, I got to ask all of you, what do you believe his market value is? According to this, it is, as you see here, 72.3 million euros. That is good enough to put him in the top 10 for U21s in the world currently, all right? So that is Keenan Yildiz market value. Do you agree with it? Do you think it's higher? Do you think it's not that high? Let me know in the comments. Now, we get to October's MVP and life at Juventus and how different it is for many of our newcomers. But October's MVP, it is a guy we spent a lot of time talking about yesterday, Chico Conceição. He is your October MVP. And in his own words, the words we've all been waiting to hear, I want to stay at Juventus for a long time. I like this Juventus project, but of course, it is out of my hands. But for now, I am enjoying my life as a professional in Turin. Love to hear that from Chico Conceição, and those are the exact words we want to hear, because really the only way this thing can stop in the end of the season when we go to finalize this move is players will. But right now, it sounds like we got it. Great stuff for Juventus. Cope Miners, another newcomer. Mixed reviews from the fan base so far in terms of his performances, but he does confirm in an interview to Tuttosport that Liverpool and Manchester United were both sending in offers for him, but he wanted to join Juventus. It is the club he has supported and followed since he was young in Holland. All right, so nice little story from Cope Miners. Confirming why he came to Juventus and that he does actually hold this club with a lot of affection and everything. I personally think you could see the subtle difference he makes when he is in the lineup, and I do believe the impact will increase once he starts finding the back of the net. Unfortunate to not have at least one tally to his name. He's 0 goals going on 5, but I think all is well when it comes to Cope Miners. Douglas Luiz, not so much. All right, so this is the one that has been a nightmare. Mixed reviews for cameos, only a couple starts, and then an injury. He was back on the squad list. Today we hear he is out of the squad list for tomorrow's match in the Derby della Mole, okay? And now this puts him at 29 days out with Juventus right now. Fans are throwing it out there. Flop. Is it too early to call him that? You always want to give a player the benefit of the doubt and say, before you throw out the word flop, you want to see him in the lineup, at least with enough minutes to really, truly gauge, especially a newcomer. However, look at Paul Pogba's situation. He can't even get back in, and he wasn't getting back in his fitness. That made that situation, yeah, pretty much a flop. But right now, a flop, a mistake by Juventus to sign him, I don't even know if you can say that based on the fact that we had 2 sales that were a part of this deal that also helped fund the rest of the moves in the Mercado. Also, when it comes to Douglas Luiz and injuries, he had only had very few previous injuries, and the last injury he had was in the 21-22 season, and it lasted 31 days. We're 2 days away from his longest stint of being out. All right. After the international break, we should see him out. But for me, it is too early to talk flop. But you know the drill. I lay it out for you to play it out. Hit me in the comments on your thoughts around this situation. Now, he is not the only one out, as Motta speaks to the status of our team in the press conference ahead of this game tomorrow. And he says Adzic is also out tomorrow after suffering an issue today in training. All right, so Luiz and Adzic are out. They should be back after the break. As for Nico Gonzalez, Motta says we will see after the international break. Wow. All right, so even longer after the international break ends potentially for Nico. Let's see. As far as going into this matchup, Motta says everyone is ready for the derby. Asked about Locatelli's recent performances, he says he is doing very well. The entire team is benefiting from Locatelli's performances. Whoever has the armband, asked about this rotation in captaincy. Motta says whoever has the armband has deserved it. He says we are ready. Everyone is set to give 200%. We are going to go out there and do our best to win this matchup for our fans. And win this matchup is exactly what we have to do, as we know there is a big marquee matchup there in Serie A with Inter set to square off against Napoli, and we want to take advantage of the potential result that could take place there. All right, so a big one tomorrow, make no mistake about it. But you guys know the drill. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, join our AJC army, but let me know how you feel going into this game tomorrow and what you think about all the news you just heard. Of course, we're going to be live tomorrow getting you hyped up for the game at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Hope to see you all there. Till then, fino alla fine, Forza Juventus. Ciao tutti.